Nice. Cool. Welcome everyone to your Wednesday, March 23rd comms call. I'm going to, we'll just kick it off with intentions and distractions. My intentions are really on the board. I went through everything on the board and I put it in the places that I think it needs to be, and so I just kind of want to go through the issues that are on there and make sure that everybody has stuff to do and that there's no questions. I'm not distracted, and I'll pass it to Ahmad.
Jack.
So my intentions are just to see what we can do for the East Denver mega thread, get some opinions on a couple other threads that we've mentioned, like the hiring one and regen farms one, and then just kind of get other opinions. I have no distractions. So my intentions are just to pass it to Jack. See what we can do for the East Denver mega thread.
Hi everyone, my intention for this call is to just catch up, sync, and see what's going on, and I don't have any distractions at the moment. And Suga, have you gone?
No, thanks, Jay. Can you all hear me? Groovy. Okay, so yes, intentions just to check out what issues are out there, what's going on, what I can do, and no distractions today. Ate dinner early today. I will pass this soon.
Hi everyone. Thank you. My intentions today, just go through the agenda. I'm continuing with my issues. Sorry, can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. And just see if there's anyone that is able to help with any of our outreach initiatives for some of the issues. But other than that, no distractions on my side. And I'm going to pass it to Kotabi. Sorry.
Just looking. Oh, I'm actually not muted. I was looking for the mute button and then realized that I'm not muted. Hi everyone. Well, first time here. I'm exploring a bit more the events of Giveth to be familiar. I've only been on the community for a bit more than a week. So I think that I should say my distractions. I actually have no distractions. Rather, I have still some bandwidth to help in more things. So if any of you need some help, let me know. That's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Okay, cool. So I think actually a lot of the things that are on the agenda here are in the board. So I think we can just kind of go through the issues that are on the board and just try to kind of crush them out. So this was one that a couple of people mentioned, the Twitter mega thread for East Denver. I know, so it's the Twitter thread is really good. The only question is kind of how many videos do we want to add? How many sound bites? Oh, what? Oh, this is the sound bites. How many videos do we want to add? How many sound bites or any other things along that? So, did anyone have any comments? I think that this is enough. I think these three are enough.
Yeah, I think so. And then the rest can just be, talking about it, linking to it. I think 3 is enough.
Yeah, I think so too. Cool. So I can share that soon. It's been a crazy week with lots of announcements and things. So I think tomorrow we might announce the DAP, and then maybe we can share the tweet thread the following day. But yeah, cool. I'm so glad that the sound bites are in there, and we're happy with the sound bites, right?
Yeah, I think they sound great.
Cool.
I mean, I still have them lined up. If anyone has any small comments, let me know. I mean, they're still lined up, so I can make edits if needed.
Okay, cool. I can take a look at them after the call and leave any comments. But yeah, they're probably great. I'll check them out. And if not, we can call it good. Giveth's article tweet thread. I think this is done as well, right, Suga? I saw that you accepted a bunch of updates. I think we're like ready to blast it off, right?
Yeah. The last thing is just the slippery slope thing link, and I was getting ready to find. I mean, I found something, so I hadn't finished that yet. But it's probably not worth spending time on the call. But slippery slope is like a logical fallacy, but that's a separate issue. I kind of take issue with the use of that, but that's kind of maybe irrelevant to everything right now. So yeah, I don't know if we can waste time on that right now.
Cool. I'll see your comment.
Knowing to see.
I'll comment in the post. Love it. Suga, you're great. I love you know so much about English. Like you're the best English speaker on the team for sure. and we need you.
I did it. So just to be, I don't know if anybody knows, like I did my undergraduate degree in philosophy, so I have a big background, and I also have I have a double PhD. And so I have some skills.
I think you're overqualified for us.
That is super impressive.
Isn't it amazing?
It's great to have you on our team.
I didn't even drop that. That's embarrassing. I take it all back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We love you.
Move on.
Don't be embarrassed. It's awesome.
All right, cool. So the M stable, Jay, we're still waiting on. So the show notes I saw in there. I think Suga was doing some QA on that. Did you
Yep.
Are you finished with the summary yet?
I'm making changes to this after the feedback from Suga on the show notes. I'm still making some changes.
Cool. What about the summary regarding not the show notes, but like?
Yeah, I'm talking about that.
Okay, cool. Because the link isn't in the issue at all. Right. Oh, is it? No. Okay, cool. Well, if you could put the link in there,
And Laura, yeah.
because this is like, I mean, it would. I mean, this is something that I really was hoping to have like quite a while ago. The purpose is like so that we have like a quick like, oh yeah, that's how MStable is doing it, and then we can figure out like kind of how we want to move forward with Give Power. So even if it's not finished, but if you have it like mostly finished, it'd be great if you could put the docs link in there or prioritize that over other work. That one first.
Okay, got it.
Cool, thanks. Cool. So, Sim, you were mentioning you were looking for some support on outreach, right? This is on this issue, the investigate listing and requirements.
Yeah, there were two ones that Jay and I were working on, the listing and exchanges and sorting out who reached out to Ashley. And I think that Jay has summarized some the final listings we'll go for, the help that I was looking for. If there's someone that's interested in reaching out to influencers and helping with that list, that would be really great. So Katabi, I'm so sorry, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. But if this is something that you would like to get involved in, then I can add you to the issue.
You can pronounce it however you want. It's actually incorrect. Can you repeat it? Sorry, I missed focus there.
Okay. basically, it's a marketing effort to reach out to some influencers and platforms that have reached out to us to speak about Giveth. And we want to just hear out their proposals, but there's probably about 20 that seem that there would be a good match in some way, and it's that outreach that would be great to have assistance with if you're able to help with that. There's no pressure if there's something else that comes up, but yeah, it is a good task to get involved in.
Yeah, please add me. I will be more than happy to help with that.
Okay, that would be awesome. I'll definitely add you to the. Are you on GitHub already?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Then I'll find you and I'll add you.
Yeah, cool. Great. Okay, cool. Marketing plan, working document, right? This is still in progress. Should I, if I'm going through these and we want to take a look at them, maybe just like shout out? If not, I'll just move. Oh, go ahead.
Well, there's nothing too much to show about it at this stage, or it will rather take quite a while to go through, and I wouldn't want to take up our whole time with that. I'm busy. Jay and I actually had a nice chat with Melody yesterday, and she was saying about getting involved in there's a Connect work group that there's quite a few overlaps between that document and what's happening on the Connect work group. The marketing doc is I guess just more consolidated, so when we are able to spend a bit more time on that together, it'll be more concrete. I'm also sharing that with Jack on Friday, so more contributions, but it's there if anyone else wants to take a look and has anything to add, even any thoughts, add on an extra slide, any thoughts or questions along the way. Everyone is welcome. It would only be better with everyone's brain power going towards it.
Cool.
So it's just ongoing for now.
Could you change it to anyone can comment access so that we could like interact in the document?
Yes. I thought that I had. I'll check that out. Anyone can. Cool. I think that I put anyone can edit. Maybe I'll just make sure anyone can comment.
It says view only when I open it, so.
Cool. I'll check that.
Thanks. Great, awesome. Okay, cool. I think that's something worthwhile spending time on, but I'm not sure we have time right now. Maybe we could even like, if it's more fully formed, we could like make a separate call about like working on a marketing plan and include like anyone like the like Melody and like Jack and kind of get together.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Probably over this next few days, I'm going to be able to add in a little bit more, and then I'll share it with Melody. She had really a lot of great knowledge to share on it. So once it's looking a bit more final, then I'll set up a time for us outside of this time, and then I'll put it on the comms group, and then anyone who wants to be involved can hear about it.
Sounds great. Okay, so next is the content calendar. Content calendar that Elizabeth put together. I know, Ahmad, you maybe wanted to get some feedback on this. I think it looks pretty good. I think this is good enough, like good for now. I kind of wish instead of having it as like list form, it was more like calendar form, so we could see more like in the week, like, you know. But I don't know. I'm also happy to just use it like this and kind of go forward. But you know, because like the idea is like, oh, like what are we announcing in any given week, and like, you know, Fridays are like less good to share things with. So if it's just a list of dates, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to get that visually. But I'm also happy to just use this. I don't know. Do you think it's worth a reiteration?
I mean, I've seen it done a couple of ways. I mean, what's nice about this is that you get like a high-level glance of everything coming up. and it's a bit easier just to see like what's coming up down the road. But if it's in a calendar view, then like you have to zoom in on like each day to see what's. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's pros and cons. I mean, we could do both.
Okay, why don't we just use it like this, and I'll start populating with some things. We have a lot of things coming up between launching Regen Farms and the DAP, and then this Angel Well thing, and we're starting like a new campaign to like fundraise for it, et cetera, et cetera. So I'll start populating this. It looks good. Cool.
I mean, we could always change the format later, you know.
Cool. So everyone who's in this call, if you like have a particular deliverable or something that you're working on, feel free to add it to this list, especially if you're like aware of like kind of when it needs to go out.
Okay.
Cool.
So belabor this, I guess one trick with that is going to be if we all populate it, everything's got to be totally out of order, right?
Yeah, but we
not a calendar format.
like I think you can put the date in and then like go from the top and rearrange the rows.
Yeah, I mean, we could also sort by date automatically as well.
Yeah. Oh, cool. That'd be great.
Can we drop a link to that content calendar in the comms channel?
Sure. It is in the GitHub issue, but I'll put it in the comms channel as well. Cool. Okay, so moving on from that, the newsletter, I saw your comment, Ahmad, and we should include I don't know if Regen Farms will go out before the newsletter does, but we should include the Livestream article, which we just published yesterday, I think. So we've got ETH Denver summary, Regen Farms, the Dallas summary. Yeah, I like hiring Unchained. I don't know about sharing the givebacks dashboard. I think it's really cool, but we did want to make a couple of tweaks to it. So, well, Griff was here and he just stepped out, but I think like I'll ask him what he thinks because he was making some feedback, giving some feedback to Fabio who built the dashboard of like we should make sure it shows this or whatever. So, maybe we want to polish it before we share.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I was also trying to think about what else can we add to make the newsletter more fun. So maybe like a meme of the week or like a tweet of the week or like that sort of thing might be cool as well.
Yeah, I can definitely, you know, what I can also do is I can look at like what our top tweet this month was or whatever, like which one got the most engagement.
Exactly, that would be cool.
When is this newsletter going out?
I mean, I usually send it out at the end of the month. So let's see, it's the 23rd now. So usually I send it out around like the 28th. Let me see what date I would send it out. Hold on.
Okay.
So
yeah, I put in the comms channel yesterday a poll for the next Meet the Makers. Only a few people voted on it, but it didn't seem like there was any conflicts for Tuesday, April 5th from 10 to 11:30. So I'm checking with our projects now, but that would be great to feature in the newsletter as well.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if there's anything, yeah, I mean, like March is a little bit longer in terms of a month, so I could send it out even by Thursday. But I guess it depends. Is there anything that we want to wait for to put in the newsletter? Otherwise, I could send it out on Monday. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll just leave a comment. So, Livestream instead of Regen Farms, and then
tweet of the month.
Top tweet is the Taoist CDMX party. So, yeah, the top tweet was about the party. Okay. Got 11,000.
Wow.
So maybe, I don't know, you like apparently the party was a big highlight. You could include the video from the party I think that would be really cool because it's cool that we threw a party and it's cool that someone made like cool video content about it. I'm not sure if you saw it on the Twitter, but you could either check the Twitter or if you can't find it, just DM me and I'll find it for you.
All right. Cool.
Cool. Nice. So Typeform for feedback. This is like submission for Shell we're working on. we've got a bunch of, okay, so we've got a bunch of issues regarding like updating the docs. Like there's some things in the docs. Yeah.
Onboarding, com onboarding guide is done. Can you have a look?
Onboarding guide is done.
I added a comment there. It is in sprint backlog, I guess. I forgot to update it. Yeah.
Cool. When something's ready to, for review, please put
Yeah,
it in
I
review.
know.
And then you can put also like the label on it. So, yeah, and then I don't know if you tagged me, but yeah, you did. Cool. Nice. Cool. So then you can go here and add label, and then like ready for review, and that makes it stand out a little more.
Okay. I might have some questions about this. I mean, just need some clarification.
Do you have any questions that you wanted to ask right now, or like async questions? Like you need someone to review a comment? Nice. I can't hear you, Jay. Can anyone else hear him?
No, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, let's chop.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Basically, I wanted to ask if I missed something, or do you want to add something there? Just let me know.
Cool. Well, I'll take a look at it and leave some comments and suggestions. Cool. So, is anyone here wanting to pick up some issues for the docs? Because we do have like a couple of small things that needs to be added. Actually, I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, and Suga too. Yeah, great. There is maybe Suga, if you want to.
I need some small things.
Oh, okay, cool. So there's this. We have
Like, give me a whole bunch of small things.
Nice. Okay. Well, this is like that we don't have like the new NR information. I think in the docs. I don't know. Ashley made this issue. We have the new NR The documentation should be updated to reflect this. I think this is small. It's like, yeah.
I can do this because I'm already working on updating the docs.
Well, no, I think that I would rather give it to Suga because you have a lot of issues that are on you already, and it doesn't matter if you're updating or she's updating. Anyone can update the docs. It's just the same. So Suga, it's really just a matter of changing. It's like learn how to become a contributor and get an RGIF. So it kind of requires you to understand a little bit like how the RGIF DAO and the RGIF DAO works. We have a blog post about it. You can just read Danny's blog post, and I think it has the information. And then like read the blog post. If it doesn't make any sense of what you have to update here, ask Mitch because he started all of these things, and then he'll just kind of like tell you what needs to be changed. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep.
Cool. Nice. Cool. That's a small one. And then, so there are a bunch of like emails that need a little bit of updating as well. Does anyone here, want to work in autopilot? So it's like, I actually just changed. I don't have access to autopilot, and I never used it. So I just need someone who knows autopilot to like apply these changes to this email.
If it's just an email, I can do it. I have access to autopilot. I mean, if anyone has email experience, let me know. I mean, because we do want to do an audit of all of our email workflows, but if not, I can take this on.
Okay. Does anyone want to learn how to manage our emails?
I would love to.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Well, I know that you are on, so maybe I'll just this is just like a little like an updating.
I mean, like this small one, I can do it. It's just a tiny thing. Like the autopilot audit is a separate issue, but yeah, this one I can do it.
Cool. Well, I think Jay, you were already assigned to the autopilot auditing, so I'll just add them on to this issue. And then this one is the same.
I can talk to
this
you
is
later
a small
about.
one.
Yeah. I mean, so it's. I mean, it seems like it's just like a 2-minute change, right? It doesn't seem that complicated.
Yeah, I actually was like, this content should be changed, and then I wrote it in the issue.
Yeah. Okay, that should be easy.
Yeah. Invitation for verification. Maybe this email should go to projects better. Oh yeah, this is another autopilot email thing. It's like I made an issue called "This project is a test" that later got unlisted, and then I got an email being like, "Apply for verification," and I was like, maybe projects that are decidedly unlisted shouldn't be prompted with this like, "Your project is amazing, make it stand out with verification." I think it's like they should try to get listed first. So I think that this is like an edit to the autopilot journey.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, it checks. Is not verified, and then anything that's not verified gets it, even if it was unlisted, which is.
Is there such a thing as is unlisted or is listed?
I'll have to check. I mean, there's a way to add a tag to it, so I'm pretty sure we could add it.
Cool. Well, this isn't super high priority, so I can just and I can either give it to you or just leave it, and next week or whatever, maybe when Ashley's back, or we can kind of figure out, if we're doing more of an overhaul docs. I'll just leave it there, and if you want to pick it up later, go ahead and grab it.
Sure.
So this is add to Taurus wallet docs. I don't know. This could be one that's good for you, Suga, or Ben's, if you're looking to pick up an issue. It's related to the one that you already created. Ben's, you created the issue. You created the documentation explaining how to import your Taurus wallet into MetaMask. But then we should also maybe mention that Facebook could steal your money, so maybe you want to send your funds from a Taurus wallet to a new MetaMask so that because Facebook has your login and therefore access to your money.
Yeah. So just update that documentation?
Yeah, just update that documentation. Maybe you even just write one more paragraph and put a couple of screenshots. Also you could create a new MetaMask. Here's a link explaining how to do that, and send the funds there. The probably unlikely but definitely possible danger is that since you use Facebook to log in Taurus Wallet, the Taurus Wallet Facebook could log in.
That's right. Worth mentioning. What was that issue? 589?
Yeah, I can assign you. You are assigned.
Alright.
Got Region Farms. Forrest, do you? I mean, I guess you're working on this, so maybe. Yeah, you're working on the Meet the Makers blog post, right, for April?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Great. So this is relatively small. Maybe Suga, you want to take this? It's small, but it's technical and nuanced. It's basically in the Give Garden, you have to put up a proposal deposit or a challenge deposit if you're interacting with proposals, and we don't have this content anywhere with terms and conditions. So Ivy from the TEC wrote terms and conditions for it, basically, for the TEC. So we just need to basically take what she wrote and probably just change TEC to Giveth in every instance, and a couple of minor things, and then upload this to our docs, and then once it's uploaded to our docs, we can link it from the covenant. Do you want to take it?
Sounds good.
Cool.
Sure.
Nice. Great. I don't think it's going to be so hard. And if you have any questions, let me know. Another docs one. So this is a little nuanced. I mean, we need to update the Give Farm documentation to basically say that, we don't have this tool anymore. So I think we should add a disclaimer. Has anyone here been following the UniV3 fiasco? And if not, I don't know, maybe this would be one that Kotabi might be interested in, because it's a comms issue, but it's a comms give economy overlap issue, and I think would help give you context to the things that you were trying to jump into.
Yeah, it sounds great. I am familiar-ish. I mean, I follow the Twitter thread and I've seen some documentation in the forum post, but I'm not sure I understand everything. Yeah, I can do it.
I can, if you want, we can have a quick call and I can explain it to you as well, or just like send you all the links for it. But yeah, basically, it's like taking the Give Farm documentation, which already exists, deleting a couple of parts regarding Uni v3, and then adding like a little like disclaimer at the bottom that's like, we shut off the Uni v3 rewards on this day, and some information from the tweet thread. It's like, it won't be a lot of writing, but just like a little bit of like understanding the stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
Great. Oh yeah, I tagged you on this, Ahmad, and I couldn't find Heather's Discord handle, but it would be. Oh yeah, you were like, yeah, great. Oh great, cool. So Jack, great. Oh, you guys are doing it. Okay, I don't know. You guys are on it.
Thanks, Jack.
Of course.
And then the thing I was thinking as well, the reason that I was suggesting, like you were Heather, maybe you could just relay this information to Jack, is like, I would love it if we were being a little bit more explicit to like what people were looking for the roles, because I know we're not really like looking for any more junior role people, but we're looking kind of like more senior level people. So like in the tweet thread, it'll be like, you know, the specific, like we're looking for, you know, we're looking for this kind of person for this kind of role. So maybe if there's any particular things that you know that we're looking for hiring, you could just like let Jack know. And
yeah, for sure. Like I'll add things that would qualify them. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Nice. Cool. I think that this is like, oh yeah, and then there's all this SEO stuff. Damn. Okay, cool. So I think like for the SEO stuff, I saw that you made a comment on the issue. I guess it was in the DAX V2, but maybe we can. What do you think about the idea of like making them hidden on the page? Like we could put charities but hide it, you know, because they're not really charities.
Yeah, I mean, it would help to a certain degree, but it helps more if it's visible on the page. I guess it's more just like what is a slogan that we're comfortable using, and then optimize that. I mean, of course, like we don't want to say something that's not good for the brand or that we don't want to stand behind. Yeah, I guess there's different ways to do it. I mean, another way is we could make a paragraph on the bottom of the page and just say, for example, and like make it a bit longer and like just say, we support charities, nonprofits, projects, and like list a bunch of different things. Then that would let us rank for everything. I mean, I think that the main problem that you highlighted was as a title on the homepage. I think it's important that it fits with our brand, and I think that you're right about that. So I think like as a homepage title, we should make sure that it makes sense for us.
Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Maybe I'll
one more thing that I'd like your opinion on, Emma.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to work on creating a guideline for the project pages, right?
Okay.
But here's the thing: if we create a specific guideline for the projects, isn't it adding a barrier to them? Like, because we want to make the journey as friendly as possible, as user friendly as possible. So creating guidelines for.
Yeah, I get your point. I guess there's. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's like two types of ways to do that. The first type is to make them do certain things. Like, for example, like the image has to be a certain dimension, for example. I mean, that, like you said, it would add some barriers, and also it would require us to actually do some development, since we would need to add that as like in the form, like, like add it as something that they need to do. But like the other thing I was talking about was more on the content side. So for example, like
I know, I mean, go on.
Yeah, like I mean, some of the projects, for example, like if you look at their titles, it says like check out, like then it has like the name of the project. And instead of saying check out this project, instead if it says something like donate crypto to this project, like even a small change like that would get a lot more people finding that page, because they would search for crypto, then they would find that page, as opposed to just like, check out this project. So I mean, small changes like that to the project page would probably be more valuable. I mean, because those are just content changes, and they wouldn't really need us to change what the workflow is.
I mean, I was going through some projects, and the major issues was that, first of all, the description length can be improved. For example, we can say that every project should have like 250 words or 300 words for description, and every project should have a clear call to action. And you already talked about the images. So these three were the main issues. But then there is a problem that we don't want to impose these rules.
Yeah.
So how to?
I mean, it could be like maybe it's just like a pop-up or like a text. I mean, like a help text maybe when they're submitting a project, like a suggestion maybe, like just say, oh, like we recommend that you upload it to not be more than like 1 megabyte large if it's an image, right? Or like things like that maybe.
Yeah, we do have already a pop-up that explains like things that they need to do in order to get listed. So we have this project quality assurance guide, which says like, what they need to do in order to be listed, clear project description, explaining who they are, what they do with funds, a unique photo, no violations of our covenant. And then it's like, so this stuff comes up when you're creating a project on Giveth. So, I mean, if you guys, if there's an issue with like the size of photos, we could just add that here. That's like,
Yeah, I can just add it to here.
Yeah, like even telling them that we recommend that it's in this dimension, for example, I think would be helpful.
Yeah. But I mean, it actually is here.
Oh, it is there.
It says it right here.
Yeah. No, but even that, for example, like 4 megabytes is really bad for like the page load time. Like it should be less than like 1 megabyte at the most.
Okay, cool. So maybe Jay, you can create an issue in the dApps v2 repo and then say like, I don't know, maybe we suggest that people, like it can be up to 4 megabytes, but we like recommend up to 2 megabytes.
Yeah.
Yeah, recommended size 2 megabytes. And just put a screenshot or like a little snip of this add image to project. Make the issue clear for the devs.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can also ask back like from Mateo or something, like tag like Mateo or Carlos or somebody who's like working in development and be like, hey, we don't want the load times to be super, because it might be a different, I don't know. There's some kinds of magic. I'm sure that the high res photos aren't good, but like there's probably like some limits that they're aware of that like affect efficiency to some extent.
We can use an image compressor if the image size is too large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I really wanted to give a little bit of space as well, though, to Griff to talk about the Angel Vault, because we are trying to. There's a new forum post up in the Giveth forum. So if you haven't checked it out, go take a look at it. But basically, we're starting a fundraise, and we're going to try to raise between 500,000 and $1 million stable tokens in order to kickstart this Angel Liquidity Vault. The Angel Liquidity Vault basically provides like a big buy wall, and so that it protects the give token price from like downward market pressure, because it's like a UniV3 thing. And so it's we're going to start like a campaign for fundraising, and I just wanted to give you some space to maybe explain it, and then whatever else.
And then we have to figure out a plan around it. That's my main thing. So. Angel Vault, it's just a really cool structured UniV3 pool. So like we had this problem with UniV3 before that, providing liquidity incentives for it is like a little complicated for the average user to do correctly, and advanced users have an advantage. So what's cool with the Angel Vault is, number one, they create a UniV3 pool in an easy way where you just give Ichi money, and then they manage the pool. So it's kind of like a YFI Vault or one of these other things where it's a managed pool. So experts manage, but everyone can contribute on an equal playing field. So that's really fantastic. But even better than that is that we get all these other cool benefits from it. They create a branded dollar. So we'll end up with our own stable coin called Give that will always be worth $1. And you can mint it with 80% Fei, which is an algorithmic stablecoin on mainnet, and 20% Give. So it's really cool because you could mint a stablecoin with 20% Give tokens. And so that's a really huge benefit of it. And then, of course, the main thing is that we get this buy wall that if we get it to be big enough, so to the point where it's like, 10 to 20 to 30% of our market cap, that sends a huge signal to everybody that the price is not going to go down. I mean, 30% of all people holding Give would have to sell. So that's just a huge signal for the market, and it's very likely to get the price go up. We're also looking at partnering with DAO House, who has a fundraising platform called Eat, which is super cool. And so we're gonna send. We'll do it on XDAI, and we'll let anyone can send XDAI, whether it's $1 or $100,000 to this Yeet, right? And then the money will collect there until the end of the fundraise, where we will convert the XDAI into Fei, and then put it into the Angel Vault, and then launch the Angel Vault. And really, it's not. It's more like a fundraise, almost like you could almost say it's almost like an ICO, right? Because we are going to sell the tokens at a discount. So we're going to do some user testing on what the discount is. Right now, the proposal is 3% for the first $500,000, 2% for the second $500,000, and 1% for the last million. We can't let the discount get too high if we're giving everyone liquid tokens, because otherwise people will just come in, make the 3% or 10%, for instance, right? They put in $1,000, and then they can just sell it right into the Angel Vault, get their $1,000 back plus some, and we don't want that to be too easy. So we don't want the percentage to get too high, but we still have to validate with some other investors that it sounds like something they would participate in. The really cool thing is we would set the price of Give that they get based off of where the Angel Wall is. So we have to hold their stable tokens for 3 to 4 weeks while it's being raised, or if they put in at the end, less time. But then we create the Angel Vault, and we set the buy wall, and they'll get the price of the buy wall, and then minus 3%, 2%, or 1%. So in theory, they would be better off just holding and selling later because, hey, there's a giant buy wall here. But if they did want to sell and make 3% right away, they kind of could. So I feel like it's a really nice deal. While we're spending most of the funds that we raise on the Angel Vault, we'll also support creating some liquidity for the Give token on XDAI, as well as supporting donation.eth. And the donation.eth is really important because we want to encourage anyone who's doing to send 1% to donation.eth. So of course we should do that too. And if we raise over $1 million, then 5% of the funds raised to donation.eth. And what else? Oh, and so basically partnering with Tribe. So Fei said that they'll put in 10% of whatever we raise at the end. So that's super cool. And then there's also DAO House. So these are two major connections that we're forging here, and Ichi. So obviously 3 major token connections that we're bridging between. So that's kind of the context. It's going to be a huge thing for comms, Giveth comms. I mean, it's basically like a token sale, and it'll be the first time Giveth has ever sold tokens publicly, or really at any time. So it's pretty crazy, and just want to make sure. I don't know if there's any questions or thoughts about this.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be like a huge push that we're going to have to like try to get people who want to put in funds to raise, who want to put in funds to this. So I think we need to like work on kind of like good support for this on Twitter. So like getting kind of like all of the key ideas there, like why you should participate in this fundraiser. We're also talking about making like, we're going to make a POAP for anybody who adds funds to the fundraiser. So everyone gets a POAP. So that's like a really good point of like advertising as well. But also like maybe create NFT tiers. So it's like if you donate X amount, you get like this NFT that's pretty cool. But if you donate like more, then you get like a higher NFT. And then I was also discussing with Griff like earlier and before this call, how do we kind of like make it so that, how do we make it attractive to people to want to be part of this fundraiser? We're also talking about like, so it's like with the NFT tiers, you also get like some fun titles. So there's like the angel box, you could be like a give angel, or Griff was like, eventually you get to be a give God. I mean, he's a give God, give saint, give angel. I don't really like the biblical referencing, but like, so like coming up with like, what is like a nice, like what are like nice kind of like gamified ways that it's like, you'd want to get involved with this fundraiser, because there's the NFT incentive, there's the discounted on Give tokens, there's like the all the things that we're building with Give, so it's like getting involved with the community is also really valuable. So it's like we need to combine like the financial incentive with the Giveth mission, with also just like other fun incentives like POAPs and NFTs, and we're definitely going to need some comm support on this. And yeah, I mean, we just talked about it earlier today in the Give Economy call, and but like the only things I think of, like I think of those things, and then Twitter, and then maybe we even want to like create like emails to send out to different classes of different people, explaining them about the fundraiser. We could definitely include it in our next newsletter, or maybe we even want to include it in this newsletter.
When is this newsletter?
I mean, Ahmad was saying he could put it out on Monday, but
That
maybe
might be
we want to
too
like.
soon. Or we could, yeah.
I mean,
we could tease it.
If we could delay till Tuesday, that would be amazing, because the goal is to launch the fundraise on Tuesday. I mean, There are some open questions, but I'm hoping that we could get this started sooner rather than later. It's not like, oh my God, if we don't, but man, it would be great if we could get, we don't have unit swap liquidity, so it would be nice to get some.
Yeah, maybe it's also worthwhile writing like a blog post. Like the forum post is really descriptive, but like maybe we want to write a blog post with like the better like join this voice rather than like the here's how it works.
This is a proposal.
Yeah, this is a proposal.
Yeah.
So maybe like a blog post we could also like kind of get created.
Definitely.
ASAP.
Definitely, and there's some things might change, but they're just little details, so we can sort out all the details in the blog post and then finish it out.
Yeah.
So I have
also snapshot vote.
Snapshot vote.
Mm-hmm. To actually make it, that DAO will send these Give tokens out.
Yeah.
I have a question. Functionally, how would this work? Like you mentioned that there's like a pair that you need to do. Like I'm looking at the proposal. It says like you pair it with 20% Give. I mean, is that something we have to do, or like how does it work functionally?
Yeah. So like we have so much Give.
Yeah.
Right. So functionally we would end up putting in, we would basically work with Ichi with fat stacks of Give,
mm-hmm.
and we would mint we would actually, so one Give can be minted by 80%, by 80 cents worth of Fei and 20 cents worth of Give at any time by anyone. But when we actually launch this thing, we're going to give them like $5 million worth of Give, so that the Give token is over collateralized, and they have a big pool of Give to pull from. And then the Fei token is a stable coin, so we don't have to worry so much there.
Okay.
So we will effectively add in, if we raise $1 million worth of Faye, we'll add in another, I don't know if it's exactly this, but
Oh, whoa, did they disconnect?
That was a dramatic departure.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of.
Griff.
Oh, you guys dropped off for a sec.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
You're back.
There they are.
Sorry.
okay, so let me pull up. There's like there is a spreadsheet that's linked in there with some of the details, but if we raise $1 million worth of Faye, then we'd add $250,000 worth of Give to mint the initial one Give, but then we'd also add $2.75 million worth of Give to create a huge reserve ratio. So the Give price could drop to like, 15 cents and it still wouldn't be an issue. And we would need to top that up if the Give price does go down. So that's kind of functionally how the stable coin works.
Okay.
And then we would also want to add some Give, but we would probably do this through a Give stream to incentivize liquidity, like to incentivize people to add more to the wall.
Are there any questions?
I was just going to ask, is anyone else doing this kind of like liquidity wall, buy wall thing?
Yeah. Fox, like Shapeshift Fox is using it, and Ichi itself uses it for their token as well. If you go to Griff's forum post, there's a great tweet thread that he linked. Or did you link it? Oh no, maybe you didn't link the tweet thread. I'll send you the tweet thread, or I'll put it in the comms channel. There was this awesome tweet thread where someone like just explained how. Oh, okay, I can put it in the forum. I'll put it in the forum. And explain how it all works, and yeah, Ichi's using it, Fox is using it, and they're like trying to expand and have like more people interested.
Yeah, they've done it. Cool. They've done it about 8 or 9 times, maybe even up to a dozen. And they've learned that you really need to go big. For instance, Fox didn't include very much. That was a small percentage of their market cap, and it wasn't enough to really affect the price and push the price. But Fuse and Ichi both did over 10% of their market cap and had incredible results. And so I think that's the big thing, is that it has to be such an intimidating wall for it to really work out.
Just so no one even tries.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh yeah, I could sell into this giant wall, or I could just like hold, and they're just going to keep moving the wall as the price goes up.
Gotcha. That's cool.
And the nice thing is we have so much Give in our coffers, I mean, like by design, that we can actually pull something like this off relatively easily. The problem is we don't have the stable coins. And so I feel like this is also just good treasury management for us, because if we sell Give tokens for stable coins with this carrot of we're going to put a giant wall, then we can also diversify our treasury and make sure that we have a lot of stable coins being held. Because of course it's not like we're losing this money. We're selling the Give for stable coins, and then as a protocol we would hold the wall. So we would end up having the ability to withdraw the wall if we run out of money. If we run low on cash or something, we have these stable coins sitting in there for us. So that's really nice.
Cool. Are there any more questions about like how this works, or any ideas about like how else we could kind of like support this fundraising effort from the comms perspective?
I don't know if this is already considered, but maybe if we're going to put some information about this on the newsletter, to have a call to action to maybe start building a mailing list for people that are interested additionally to the blog post.
Or like a wait list, kind of, you mean?
Yeah, at least, to have the context of all the people that are interested and want to know more about this. And if we have that call to action, it might be very simple for them. And then we already know that these people are potentially interested on investing here.
Yeah, we could make like a type form.
I mean, but it's launching soon, right? Like you said, it's launching on Tuesday, right?
That's the goal, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets pushed to Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, and I mean we could put a type form in the newsletter because it's like I know that Griff knows some people to reach out to, but like we're kind of blasting this out to our newsletter subscribers. It's like we can get them put in their email how much they're interested in like committing, for example, and it's like and then they could like put any questions in there and then have that collected in a type form. And so it's like people who are interested in putting in like larger amounts will like definitely reach out to them. Do you know? What do you think?
Yep, that's exactly, I think, my line of thought.
Okay, cool. I can make an easy type form like that with just like 3 prompts, like name, Discord or Telegram handle, how much you're willing to commit, and then any questions.
And then on the fundraiser page itself, like, did we think about how we're designing that as a landing page?
So this is by partnering with Dow House, they have their own UI.
Okay.
So we don't have. We could make a UI or we could create something, but we don't have. But we don't have to.
Okay.
But we could.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we have a look at what it looks like. I mean, is there like another one that already launched that we could have a look at just to see like how they position it, I guess?
Yeah, it's actually like it's actually like a fundraise platform, kind of like Giveth.
Okay.
But every fundraiser is already kind of so it's like Giveth where there's just multiple groups up there, and we're still writing the content for what will actually go on there. Yas is managing that, but we could definitely do that in a more public channel so that it can get feedback from everybody here.
Yeah.
And
She can use the Give Economy channel.
Give Economy channel, okay. Yeah, and then we'll just be one of other projects that are up there. The cool thing with their platform is every project goes into a Mulek DAO. So people who put money in, they have a guarantee that they can get money out if they decide at the last minute that they don't want to. So you can really FOMO hard, right? Because you can put it back out later if you do research and don't like it. So you don't need to research what we're doing. Just put the money in, and if you find out later you don't want to do it, you can get your money back out. And that's kind of the cool thing with this platform.
Cool. Okay, we are 1 minute away from the top of the hour. Are there any like last burning questions or last thoughts?
Yes, I had a question from the earlier topic. Sorry, this topic that was just talked about was very technical, I must say. So it was for a lot of the newbie people that are learning about Giveth, our users. We would have to break this down really quite a lot for them to understand. Whether they're the market in this is also up for debate, because maybe it's only the sort of high level people that understand. But that wasn't what I was going to say.
I think the market, it's on XDAI, and so the market is people who can put over a couple $1,000s on XDAI. That's the market.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the question of the outreach to influencers that I was mentioning earlier, one of the barriers that I had was actually a lot of them reached out on Telegram, So I don't know if Ashley's only got access to that Telegram or how else we could get those details. But that was just one thing that was preventing. So some people we were able to find on YouTube with their details, but some of them really we could only, for instance, some of the ones that wanted to have AMAs, we could only reach back to them on Telegram. Is there a way that we'd be able to get those details? I don't know who's got access to that Telegram, or if there's another way.
Ashley was getting DMs from people to her personal Telegram. So it's like the Telegram handle that she put in there, it's like at username. It's like you could, if you wanted to reach out to those people, you could just search them in Telegram and then find them and message them. But yeah, if you can't find any information about them on anything, then maybe it's a scam. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe they're not big enough though. Sometimes maybe they're not big enough, and maybe they're just small guys that you won't be able to find on YouTube, or maybe they're on other channels. That's also what I was thinking if I wasn't able to find any information on them. But yeah, that's a good way. I'll definitely take a look on Telegram. I don't think.
Yeah, and I think like while you're looking at like different people to outreach to, maybe instead of like confining it to just the people who messaged us, also just look at like people that you think would be great to reach out to, like influencers with high followings that are like within the crypto space or the nonprofit space, and like the kinds of people that we want to be interviewed by, and then we could go to them as well. And I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Well, there is a sheet that's open for that. It's just currently blank, but it is it's a great one. We'll definitely do that.
Cool. Okay, well we're 2 minutes over the top of the hour. Is there anything else?
Just a quick add to that. I actually have a great worksheet for that, for finding the great people to partner with. But Sim and I will talk tomorrow actually about it.
Cool. Nice. Thanks, Kotabe. Thanks everyone for coming to the comms call. We'll let you go. If there's any more questions, comms channel.
Awesome.
See you, everyone.
Thanks everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.